Welcome back, art friends. I have another Mondrian art piece for you to try today. This one is probably a little bit easier because we don't need all of those nice paper scraps that we used yesterday. All right, so if you didn't have construction paper and all this other jazz, today's project might be the perfect one for you. Today we only need to create this nice, orderly, bright colored piece of art. We only need a piece of paper, any size is great, a ruler or a straight edge. I, for some reason, have this ginormous ruler. It is like 24 inches, so 2 feet, right? Or this super tiny one that's only 6 inches. I also have a straight edge, though you could try that or you could make your own. And a straight edge always has two edges so that you can get this nice 90-degree angle here. I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of, it's clear, right? There we go. And these lines then are perpendicular to each other at a nice 90-degree. There you got a little math today from Mrs. Ed course. Perpendicular, all right? This one lines up exactly with the other one. So a straight edge would be great, a ruler of some kind, or even a piece of cardboard or paper that you can use to make your lines. Next is a crayon. I recommend a crayon, a black one, and we're gonna push real hard. So it's very good for your hand and arm and wrist muscles. So we're gonna use a crayon. And then watercolor paint and a paintbrush, or watercolor markers, water and a paintbrush. All right, I'm gonna show you how to paint with your markers today. So easy, and then you don't have to have paints around to still be able to paint, okay? So I'm gonna press pause, you press pause, and let's get our things and get back here together, okay? All right, welcome back. So today we have to make our straight lines, and you can use a ruler like the super giant one, right? And just start adding some really nice lines on your paper. If you want to, you could do it with pencil first so that you kind of lay it out how you want it, and then go ahead and push nice and hard with your black crayon. All right, and I think it's easier, even if you're using a ruler, to take a piece of paper or something to kind of give you that straight edge so that you're not even using a ruler going off diagonally. So I did that already. I'm not gonna do the use the ruler with you, only because I'm not on a flat surface. You don't want to be up like this. So I'm just gonna trace over the lines I already made. They might not be perfect, and if you don't have a ruler and you don't want to worry about a straight edge, you don't have to. As a matter of fact, I did this one just to see how it would come out. I used a piece of scrap paper so you can save some funny colors in the background, but I did not use a ruler, and it still looks pretty good, don't you think? So don't worry if you don't have a ruler or a straight edge, or that's just too hard for you to find at home. Don't worry about it. All right, but it is kind of fun to practice with a ruler. So I'm gonna put my lines on, and I'm pushing pretty hard because I want the water not to drip through the other colors. And remember, I told you, it's really not good to do this on an easel, but I want you to be able to see me, or to see especially what I'm doing, not me. All right, so there we go. Here are my nice dark crayon lines, and if you're not sure if they're dark enough, you can always go back, give them a nice second try. All right, so we have these nice dark lines, and they're really helping me come up with some rectangles and some squares, because Mondrian's art had a lot of those, at least the pieces that we're kind of imitating. And you know, artists do that. They imitate other artists. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually really great for your brain to learn and think about what they did and do you like it? Is it something that makes you feel happy, or is it something that you just think, oh, this is just too much trouble? See, it's good. It helps you as an artist kind of get to know what you enjoy. And even if you don't want to be an artist, it's just good for your brain to see what other people are doing and give it a try, right? Just like trying a sport. Maybe you tried volleyball and you loved it. Or maybe you tried volleyball and you thought, oh, I don't like this. So I'm coloring in first one of my little squares. And this is a watercolor marker, all right? And if I had my Crayola markers, which I would prefer, or even my School Smart markers, I would like that much better than this tiny little one. But again, we're at home, so we gotta use what we have. So I'm gonna kind of space out a few squares and I'm gonna color them, and I'm coloring them with the side of my marker. I always do that because there's more surface area for the ink to come through. If I only use the tip, then you know, that's not very much space for that nice ink to come out. So I use the side of the marker to get more ink out. And usually markers, by the way, don't like to be used they like to be facing down so gravity can pull the ink out. So this is, we'll see how this turns out, but it seems okay. This marker's being strong. All right, before I go on, I want to try to show you what it looks like if I add water, okay? So I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna give it a nice little coat of water, and voila. It looks much more like paint now and not like marker. Kind of fills in some of those little cracks, okay? It does not work if you use permanent, so you definitely need your watercolor markers for this. Now another fun thing to do is don't color in the whole square, so I'm going to show you that with the blue. I'm just going to put, how about this guy up here? I'm just going to put blue around the edges, nice and dark. Okay, and I'm not even going to do it perfectly, almost kind of scribble scrabble like, okay? There we go. So I didn't fill it in all the way, right, boys and girls? But when I get out my water, it's going to fill in some of that. So that's kind of fun. Doesn't that look nice? And of course, if you don't like how that looks, you can always go back with your marker once it's dry and fill it in, okay? So there we go. And I'm kind of going up and down and all around to try to blend the paint so you don't see my little lines in there. All right, so that's another way you can do it. You can either color it in, add the water, or you can color in most of it and then add the water and it spreads out your color. So I'm gonna do a couple of yellow ones just to, I probably would do maybe this big guy down here. He could be yellow, right? And I'm gonna do again, like kind of more scribble scrabble just for the sake of being quick. All right. All right, so it doesn't matter if it's all the way colored in. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more because then your water is gonna finish it off. Okay, it's gonna spread out that nice ink that you just put on. Okay, so here we go. Let's see how that looks. Not too bad. If I would have my nice broad tip markers, that would be better. These are kind of skinny, but I'm at home and that's what I got. And you're at home and this is what you might have. Now some of you might only have crayons, so how could you finish this piece? Right, just pick colors that you want to put in each of the boxes, and be sure to leave a few white ones like Mondrian did. And I used, what kind of colors did I use, boys and girls? Right, red, yellow, blue, what are those? Primary colors, correct. So you could do that, or you could say, no, Mrs. Eichhorst, I kind of like pink and green and purple. Try it and post it to my Glitter and Glue with Mrs. Eichhorst Facebook page, or you can email it to me, have your mom email it to eichhorstc@mtcps.org, and I will be happy to post it in the student art gallery of my website. So I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thank you to Christina and Jordan and Ava and let's see, who else? Layla, a whole bunch of you. Joel and Kalia, they all sent me art already. I hope you do too. So get working, get playing. This is just for your relaxation and fun. It helps your mind really think and imagine and think about, we've been talking about abstract art all week. How does it make you feel? I super love these nice crisp lines. Everything's so neat and pretty. But you know what? I also really loved our Pollock crazy yarn art where the paint was going everywhere. So each one is kind of fun and different. This one's a little more calm for me. The Pollock one was a little more, woo, exciting, right? But that's okay. That's what abstract art is meant to do. Give us feelings, help us, think about things and understand us, really. All right? So have fun. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. See you tomorrow, boys and girls. Bye-bye.